All right, everyone. I cannot see everybody. It looks like we got a bunch of people in the waiting room. Hopefully everyone will be in here in just a second. And we'll get started here. I'm just going to give another second here to let any last minute stragglers in. Somehow we managed to get the Kalispell folks upside down.
That's what we just said there, Mark. We don't know how we happened.
This is like that show. What's the show? Stranger Things. You guys are the upside down people. Grace, I just want to confirm that you did start. If you can hear me, just want to confirm that you did start the recording. Looks like it's recording. So folks, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Joe Mann, I can see. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. Can you see the screen with the presentation? Awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, let's get started here. It's great to be back with everyone in a system-wide meeting where we're not talking exclusively or extensively about COVID-19 and starting to feel like things are more normal, which is, of course, I think very welcome for everyone who's feeling that extreme sense of cabin fever. Winters in Montana are bad enough. Then you throw a mandatory cabin fever on top of it. That really makes it challenging. So nice to see some spring weather here. And again, just thanks to everyone who went through as well as we could. Really one of the most probably difficult things we'll have to go through in a long time. Not to say we're entirely out of the woods yet, but as I said, nice to see things starting to feel more normal again. Getting started here for our system-wide meeting for May here, 2020. As always, we'll start with our positive focus. We're today starting in the east and working our way west. So we'll start off with Bozeman and then move to Butte.
There you go, Jim. All right, can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. The only guys we can't hear, I think Bozeman needs to take themselves off of mute. Yeah, go ahead and hit unmute there if you guys can get on there. I'll see, let's see, is it Ken Skinner there? Yep. So why don't someone from Bozeman just pop into my office here real quick. I'm going to go to Butte, and we're not picking you guys up for whatever reason. There's Miguel. Actually, Miguel, step right over here. And does everyone know Miguel here? Here he is. The man. All right, go ahead, Miguel.
So the positive focus that we have for this month would be that we're starting to get busy. It is nice to see that we went from having no jobs to now having to schedule work and keeping the team busy.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to take the opportunity and thank the team here in Bozeman that they're doing a fantastic job.
Awesome. Yep. Great to see. Thanks, Miguel. Great to see things like Miguel said, getting back to normal with being busy there. It was definitely quite a dry spell there where folks were not comfortable having people in their homes and just not having as many claims. So that's definitely a great sign. Going next there to Butte, in Butte there, they've got the kind of freshly remodeled office. Sure looks nice there, guys. Nice to see you all there on that updated space there. What do we got for a positive focus in Butte?
Our positive focus is that we have actually stayed fairly busy through everything. We just got a couple of larger losses in the last week, and we've really just been working as a team, and we've been able to utilize some guys from other parts of the other branches, so we really appreciate their help. And yeah, we're just continuing to stay busy and working as a team.
Very good, Jen. Thank you. Yep, it's kind of been interesting through this whole crisis. Generally in each region, what would be considered the smaller of the two branches have actually been the ones that have been by far the most busy. So in the East region, Butte, Central region, Great Falls, and then in the West, Kalispell. So great job to the kind of secondary or smaller of the two branches there. So Great Falls, looks like Bill's up in Great Falls. Bill, who's reporting the positive for Great Falls? Hold on, I'm gonna take you guys off and mute here. There you go. Whoop. Try now.
You hear me?
Gotcha. Yep. Josh, you bringing us the positive focus today?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, our positive focus has got to be the volume of contents that we've been seeing and our ability to handle all those projects that we're getting. I think we've done more in contents work this year than probably ever. So it's going really well.
Yeah, great to hear. Yeah, it's once you get folks set up to handle content, it's amazing how that kind of falls into place. And so that's great. All right, popping down to Helena here. Let's see, I'm trying to see who I might need to take off the mute here. I can't see who that might be. Go ahead, Helena, and see if we can hear you.
Can you move us to Great Falls?
Yeah, I don't see the Helena guys. Bill, do you know what our positive is there for
Yeah.
Helena?
Yeah, can you hear me, Mark?
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah, okay, I was just gonna do the positive for Helena up in Great
Okay.
Falls.
All right.
Yeah, Helena certainly had an interesting month, certainly got a lot of COVID cleans because of our janitorial presence. We've had an opportunity to grow a lot of our janitorial accounts as well. So that's been positive. But the other big thing too is not only are we seeing an increase in volume of work, but just an increase in large jobs. That's the big difference that I've seen, especially in the last 2.5 weeks.
Excellent. All right, great. Over to Kalispell. There I can see the Kalispell guys. I'll take you guys off of mute there. So you're unmuted now. Go ahead.
Morning, Mark. Our positive focus at Kalispell is we've signed a contract for API and Vision both on the repair sides, which is exciting. And on the second note of that, my team has been getting great reviews and recognition from the community for quality job they've been doing and just going above and beyond.
That's awesome, Jerry. Yeah, API job there. Was it ATI or API?
API.
Yeah, P as in Paul. Yeah, so great job there on that one. Getting the entire job, not only the contents and mitigation, but then both repair contracts was just a total home run, grand slam. So great job up there in Kalispell, Jerry, and the rest of the team up there. Excellent to see. All right, Missoula, bring us to the home stretch.
Mark, can you hear us?
Gotcha.
So our positive focus this month, really wanted to recognize Lindsay, our business development person. So the last couple of years here in the Western region, we've been pretty inconsistent on the business development front, but we're really making some progress there. Our relationships, the number of referrals we're getting is growing, even amidst a kind of a slow period. So really excited about that. That business development effort really drives our business. And so we're looking forward to seeing where that goes.
Yeah, great to have. Is Lindsay there in the conference room there? I think I see a little hand waving. Oh, there she is. Now she's really waving. Lindsay, great having you with us. Great to see you there. And yep, I give a hearty amen there to Chris's comment. All right, so we're jumping right into our care recipients. With the whole COVID period, we've been behind on our care recipients, so exciting to get it here for the month of May back on track. We're going to go reverse order from the order that we went. So Chris, I'm going to keep it with you. I'll take you off mute so that you're not muted anymore, or maybe I'll take you off mute. You might take yourself off mute.
I'm gonna have Jerry Leamy recognize Logan.
Okay, great. Jerry, back up to you.
Hey, we want to recognize Logan this month for his excellence, and he is striving to be a great employee. He's eager to learn. He's going above and beyond. He's making our customers happy. He takes the initiative to keep our mitigation running, and he's a really good team player with the other guys and gals, and that's just a big positive for us here.
It's great to hear. Is Logan there in the office with you?
Logan?
Is he? Oh, there's hi Logan's hand. Logan, I heard lots of great stuff about you. We haven't met yet, but looking forward to being able to meet you, and congrats on winning here for this month. All right, swinging then up to Great Falls, Bill. Jack Pierre, take it away.
Yeah, I'm going to let Josh give the synopsis on Jack.
Yeah, so Jack is a huge part of the reason we're seeing the kind of success we are as far as contents go. And it doesn't just stop at contents. The entire mitigation team is helped by Jack's efforts every day. And everything we seem to put in front of Jack, he picks up very well. I think he's going to have a very good career here at Dayspring, as long as he keeps up what he's doing. Good job, Jack.
Great to hear, Jack. Congrats, and especially in the midst of all the stuff you got on your plate right now. All right, then in Bozeman, I'm not sure if we've got sound up. We'll give a quick check here. We have Jesus in Bozeman. Yeah, it looks like they're still dead for audio. All right, so either we'll need somebody either to pop here. Oh, okay, now I can see Bozeman. Can I hear you guys?
Can you hear me?
Yep, gotcha.
All right, so this award goes to Jesus Romero, really demonstrating every one of the aspects of the care values, especially in excellence. He really did an outstanding job during the emergency response disinfectant, doing multiple locations and putting a great name for our company.
Excellent. Jesus, congrats. Logan, congrats. Jack, congrats. Great work, everyone, and appreciate everything you guys do to really live out our care core values. You can see here, I could have went and actually shown everyone's picture in close-up if I would have moved ahead. It's a really nice presentation that Grace built for us. Thank you for that, Grace. And now we're going to move over to some new team members that we have. Great to have some new folks jumping on board with us here. We have Emilio in Bozeman here. Emilio is in our mitigation department and actually has been with us before. Emilio does a great job representing Dayspring. In Butte, we got a bunch of new faces on the construction area. We have Wyatt as a lead, Wyatt Conrad. We have Art, who I get all sorts of positive feedback constantly on Art. So Art, welcome aboard. Some of these folks, of course, have been with us for a little while because of the COVID. We just haven't had a chance to formally introduce them. And then we have Steve in the mitigation department. In Missoula, we have Colin in the contents department. And then also in our accounting department, we have Buck. So we got Chase the Bobcat and Buck the Grizz now working up there in the accounting department. Buck is taking over for Renee, who is apparently had enough of the snow and had enough of the frozen north and going back to Florida. So Renee, we just wanted to recognize your years of service to Dayspring. We'll miss you and want to wish you well as you transition over to Florida. Dirk, did you have anything else you wanted to add? I don't know if I can see Dirk there. Chris, is Dirk there in the conference? I don't know if Dirk wanted to say anything else, but unless I see him jumping up and running toward the screen, I'm gonna, you'll just have to do with my best wishes there, Renee. Jobs that we wanted to talk a little bit that have been jobs we've been partnering together in our system. Of course, there's been jobs that we've done together, some COVID work we did together, but again, wanted to especially recognize the efforts of the Kalispell team and then Missoula branch supporting the Kalispell branch on this very large project, one of the largest projects, if not the largest total contract when you add up all the various pieces that Dayspring has had. So really just a great win. And of course, now in the midst of having all the decline in revenue from COVID and all the kind of COVID related impact, especially great to have the API project. So for especially the Kalispell team and everyone who was instrumental in that project's success, for getting the project landed there, and especially to you, Jerry. I know you were really instrumental in getting that project pulled all the way to the ground. I know there's been a lot of people involved, but especially want to recognize you and your team's effort up there. It's been a great win for us, and so congratulations on that. Keep up the good work on that project, which has been very, very important for us. A few things that we wanted to announce some updates on and just make sure everyone's on the same page with. The first one does relate back to the COVID environment that we're working in. So as I'm sure everyone is mostly aware, there will be another phase. We'll be officially moving into I think it's technically called the phase 2 for Montana, but there's been kind of sub phases within the phases, but effective June 1st, and of course this is subject to change if something happens at the, especially at the state level, but effective June 1st, we are moving into the next phase of reopening. And so for the last couple months, we've had pretty stringent PPE requirements in place, and we will have a change here that is coming on June 1st. And this is going to be primarily driven by two factors. There will not be a company edict as much as there will be an individual preference that we will be honoring as we move into this next phase. And this is, we will be asking our customers when we move into this phase on June 1st, what level of PPE they prefer. Some people may have heard or been aware of, there's a lot of controversy right now relating to the issue of masks. Some people are really opposed to masks and they think that they cause more harm. And then some people on the other side are very concerned about a situation where people are not wearing masks. And so we find that a lot of people are in the middle. They don't necessarily have a strong preference either way, but we want to honor the folks who do have a strong preference. And so we're going to ask our customers what their preference is. If they, the customer says, you know, I really would prefer that you guys do have masks, we will at that point require that our team members have a minimum of an N95 if the customer requests it. If the customer says, man, I don't want anyone to be wearing masks here, or I don't really care if you guys have masks here, at that point we'll go into our second aspect of this, and that is that if you as an employee want to continue to use a N95 or half-face respirator, you can continue to do that as long as you feel that that is necessary. So we really want to leave it up to really just both sides here. One is our customer. If our customer says we really prefer this, then we want to honor that. And if you as an employee, if they say, yeah, we really don't care, but you feel that it's necessary, then we will make that, of course, on an ongoing basis available to you. Now, if the state of Montana changes their recommendations at some point, it's possible in the fall or at some point there could be what they call a second wave or a surge in cases again. If that changes, then we will respond accordingly. But this is the next step for us in hopefully a continuing improvement in the overall pandemic. If anyone has questions about that, please just reach out directly to me. I'll do the best that I can. Of course, throughout this entire pandemic, we've had a lot of changes, sometimes on a daily or weekly basis. And I just want everyone to know we're continuing to try to do the best we can to make sure that we are adapting and making sure that we are keeping everyone safe in the midst of this pandemic. Next announcement that we wanted to just make people aware of is just this great feedback and great review that we received from June in Butte regarding Paul. There is Paul there. Is Paul in the office there? I can't see, the screen's too small.
No, he already had to go to a loss we have in Dillon to meet with the commissioner, so he's already gone.
Okay, great. Yep, nice size loss down there in the Dillon County Court, or the County Courthouse. I think it's Beaverhead County down there in Dillon. And so great review here on Yelp. And Yelp reviews are great. Unfortunately, the problem with Yelp is that if people only do one review, as you can see, June here's only done one review, they don't always stick. So I don't know that this one stuck, but the feedback we just really appreciate and was really positive about Paul. So congrats, Paul, on this one. The customer said, there was water damage in my house. It was so upsetting, but when I called Dayspring Restoration within an hour, Paul Hernandez was at my house. In fact, Paul was at my house every day to check on the mitigation, continued to do what was needed in order to rectify the water damage. Paul is the lead mitigation person and is a definite expert in the field of mitigation and repair. What an outstanding individual. He not only has done an exceptional job mitigating the water damage in my house, he was also so reassuring on how Dayspring Restoration would take care of my husband and me. Paul has done an incredible job getting the mitigation complete. There is no doubt in my mind that my house no longer has water damage and is in excellent standing. Paul is a true asset to Dayspring Restoration. So Paul, thank you for your efforts on this customer's property. And we just wanted to remind everyone that we are so appreciative when we get these reviews. We, in fact, want to incentivize you to help us in getting these reviews. $50 for a 4-star better review on Google. Yelp, $250. That's how important those are if they stay on for at least after 60 days. So that one, it might not be on, but it may come back. One change that I'm going to make to this, and so Grace and Jody will want to especially make sure in our accounting team, make sure that we're aware of this. What I hate to see happen is someone gets a great review like Paul did, and then it falls off and they don't get the big, huge, nice bonus there of $250. They just don't end up getting anything. So one of the changes we're going to make is if you get a Yelp review, and we're going to give you $50 guaranteed, $250 if it stays on, not a total of $300, but a total of $250. So accounting team, make sure we get Paul the $50 there for the Yelp review. But if it sticks on, you get another $200. And then $25 on Facebook. So these are really important for us, everyone. And I just want to remind everyone to really be working hard to get these online reviews. They are absolutely vital. And they really tell all of our communities what we do for them and really help broadcast the great work that you guys are doing. So a reminder on that. Next announcement here on dental benefits. Not sure, I know not everyone takes advantage of the dental benefits, but we will have a reduction, 10% reduction on the dental premium for the months of June to October. So I believe that this little adjustment was related to COVID. So if you're getting the dental plan for the months of June July, August, September, and October, that kind of 5 months, you'll get a total of a 10% reduction on those months of the premium. So not a huge number there, but still nice to see a little more cash in your pocket. On the HSA plan, an update that we have is that over-the-counter medications now qualify as HSA approved items. So this would mean that if you are out, you have a situation where you need to buy treatments for cold or fever reducers, pain relievers, stomach remedies, ointments, etc. These things that you're getting over the counter that you don't need a special prescription for, they can be, or they do qualify as an HSA deduction. So make sure and keep track of those items, and of course you'll need to report that and pay for it through your HSA account. So if you have questions on that, be sure to let us know. We had a couple of new babies at Dayspring. One there is Dylan. I think that's Dylan in my thumbnail there, just to Jerry's right. Is that Dylan there? Dylan, raise your hand. Yep, it is Dylan. So Dylan, congrats. Your new daughter, Everly, am I saying that right? Everly? What a beautiful name, and I'm sure you are a very, very proud papa there on that. I don't know if you're able to use that wheelbarrow at all for transporting Everly around. That your wife, of course, had the great guess on there to win the cash at the company party. But congrats to the Frechette family. It's so great having a little baby girl. I'm sure she already has you wrapped around her finger, and there, being a dad of 5 daughters, I know exactly how that is. So congrats to you. We weren't able to get a picture there to include here, but also congrats to Samuel Stevenson there in the Missoula branch, who also was blessed with a new little one as well. So love seeing these pictures where people have, of course, some of the most special and memorable moments in their lives. And make sure and pass along to Dylan. Congrats there on that front, on that special edition in their family. So thanks again, everyone, for being here. Great to reconnect with everyone across the system. Congrats especially to our care winners today. We appreciate the efforts of Logan and the efforts of Jesus and Jack. You guys will see a special recognition in the mail there for you, and of course eligible for now the annual care award that we will announce here at the end of this year. Make sure, everyone, to remain and continue to focus on safety out in your work environments. If you're doing things like getting off of ladders, make sure that you don't jump off the ladders. That can really hurt and mess up your ankle. So be real careful about those. And then, of course, as we do move in the next phase here with the reopening in Montana, again, I'm just so thankful that we live in Montana, where still here we are under 20 fatalities from COVID. What a blessing for us to live in a state where we've had such a minor impact in such a scary situation. So, but as we do that, as we move into the next phase, make sure that you continue to be really careful. So we still want to make sure that we are watching those social distancing norms that are still recommended, still continue to be vigilant and washing our hands and keeping our surfaces clean, and then also remembering to honor the requirements or requests not only of our customers but of your fellow coworkers. Thanks everyone for being here. Have a great day, and then we'll see you again next month.